Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Hyundai Tucson, you have check engine light on, and you have any of the following codes, such as code P2270 or code P2271. Stay with us, we'll explain what can cause these codes, how to fix it, and all that stuff. All that will be covered in this video today. Make sure to stay until the end, we'll share super helpful information that could work on multiple generation engines and years of Hyundai Tucson. Let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information to you. Now, if you guys need to buy tools, parts for a really good price and quick shipping as well, check out the link in the description of the video below and you can see where we get all our tools and supplies from. So this is guys the engine that we'll be demonstrating on, 2.4 GDI engine, but even if you have a different engine, the procedure is about the same. You need to find your exhaust manifold, which in our case is on the back side of the engine. That's where the exhaust gas comes from. And if you follow on the exhaust manifold, you have two oxygen sensor. That's the first one, upstream oxygen sensor, and then you have downstream oxygen sensor, which is known as bank 1 sensor 2, right here, right after the catalytic converter. So if you have these codes, what it means, P2270 means that you have that oxygen sensor is stuck lean, signal is stuck lean, and P2271 means that signal is stuck rich. So let's explain things that can cause that. First, we're going to talk about code P2270 guys, stuck lean. It could be multiple things, but one of them, failing or dirty oxygen sensor. The oxygen sensor on the inside has holes that the gas flows through so it can get an accurate reading, but if it's contaminated, if your car uses quite a bit of engine oil, if it's old, those holes can get restricted and as a result it may quit working or not get the correct reading. Number two, it could be failing oxygen sensor that can easily cause that as well. Number three, exhaust leak, such as loose oxygen sensor, exhaust leak from the gasket where the catalytic converter attaches to the flex pipe, leaking flex pipe, leaking upstream oxygen sensor 1, or leaking manifold, exhaust manifold gasket. So if you have an exhaust leak before that sensor, it's very likely that you can easily get that code as well. Now, another thing that can easily cause it, guys, okay, is if you don't have enough fuel pressure, if you have dirty fuel filter, if you have dirty fuel filter that cannot supply enough fuel to the fuel rail, if you have a bad fuel pressure sensor that doesn't use the correct reading, if you have weak fuel pumps, such as the low pressure pump in the fuel tank and the high pressure pump, that means that the car may be starving for fuel, which will indicate lean signal. For instance, a lean mixture means that your car is getting less fuel than it needs. So let's say it needs 1 part fuel, 10 part air, and if for instance you're getting 10 parts of air but 0.7 parts of fuel, okay, that's running lean. So that could be caused, okay, by all these conditions, plus very common thing, guys, dirty fuel injectors that do not spray enough fuel. If they're dirty, they'll have limited spraying ability, and as a result, okay, you can easily get this code. Now, another thing, guys, purge valve right here, if it's stuck open, purge valve will simulate vacuum leak, and PCV valve, that will simulate vacuum leak as well. What is vacuum leak? Vacuum leak is extra air that the engine gets, but it doesn't know about that air. And that could be caused by multiple things, and we have a special video that explains everything about vacuum leak on Hyundai Tucson. You have multiple vacuum lines, gaskets, that if they're leaking, okay, that can cause vacuum leak. For instance, intake manifold gasket, throttle body gasket, PCV holes here, okay, we'll have a special video that will talk about vacuum leaks. Now, let's talk about code P2271, okay, what can cause that code? Pretty easy, guys, okay, it could be again, failing sensor, dirty sensor, okay, that you will need to remove. And if you want to see how to test downstream oxygen sensor, we have the video on our main YouTube channel, How to Repair, guys, check it out. Number three, okay, now if you have a bad fuel pressure sensor, okay, or volume sensor right here, guys, if the pump itself is pumping too much fuel, you have increased fuel pressure in the fuel rail, your fuel injectors will spray more fuel and that will result into rich fuel mixture. Rich fuel mixture, okay, will indicate that code as well. P2271. Another thing, leaking fuel injector that's not closing, that's dripping or spraying more than it needs, that will lead to rich fuel mixture and that code as well. Another common thing, it could be something really simple in some cases, such as dirty air filter, because dirty air filter will restrict the flow of air, okay, and as a result your engine will not get enough air, which will result into rich fuel mixture as well. That's the most common things that we see at the shop. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.